This is the Action Army AAP-01, probably the most popular pistol in Airsoft today. We've done a whole video about how fantastic these things are. They're extremely customizable, extremely good value for money. But what about when you own an AAP-01? What's the next step? One of the best things about the AAP-01 is that they're endlessly customizable with a plethora of aftermarket parts. So you can transform this thing into pretty much anything you want it to be, whether that be an HPA Airsoft pistol, a reliable sidearm, or you can even transform it into a DMR if you want to. So if you've got an AAP and you're looking to upgrade it, but you don't know where to start, in this video we're going to take you through some of the more essential upgrade parts that you should be fitting to your AAP-01. If you've got any parts that you think we miss out, please let us know in the comments. Right, just to start things off, although we are talking about AAP upgrades today, something we want to clarify is that you don't need to upgrade your AAP-01. It's totally down to what you're looking to get out of it. Out of the box, especially for the money, this thing will serve you right. This is a very reliable pistol. It works fine as a sidearm. If you're using this as your secondary, you can happily just take this thing out of the box and start playing. The hop in this thing will actually lift some pretty heavy BBs, like surprisingly well for an under 100 pound airsoft pistol. You're not going to have many problems with it if you're just using it as a standard pistol. Most players who use it as a secondary will just get out of the box, start using it, and then as they use it, things might break inside of it, and then they'll replace or they'll find something about it they don't like. We'll cover that later in the video, but they'll replace it as they go basically, and that's a perfectly fine way of doing it. If you just want to start playing with it, start using it, and then find out what needs to be replaced or what could be upgraded, that's totally fine. This is more of a base. This is more of these give you an idea of what you could be upgrading down the line. Or giving you some ideas of ways you can transform the pistol. And to be clear, we're not going to be covering any crazy overhauling builds. You might have seen some of the CTM TAC super shiny HPA builds that we've done on this channel. We may even do a full YouTube video where we assemble one of those builds and show you step by step how those are put together. If you'd like to see that, then please do let us know in the comments. But this isn't that kind of video. We're just showing you some of the more basic internal and external upgrades that'll just help your AAP become the best pistol it can be. Here's an example of a build that we have in the shop. While some of these are a bit excessive, you don't need this black mamba slide on the top there, even though it's absolutely gorgeous. We're not going to be talking stuff about stuff like that because it's not an essential upgrade. It's purely for aesthetics and for whatever the customer wants their AAP to be. We're going to be more talking about things that help your AAP shoot better and help it make it a bit easier to use. We're also going to be covering HPA and stuff like that. Also, if you're unsure about what you want your AAP to be, whether you're just going to run it as a secondary or you want to move up to a primary with some more of the advanced upgrades, then we recommend just playing with it, using it, and then you'll probably get an idea of what you want out of it. And then once you've got that in mind, you can come to BZ and we'll give you the direction of all the parts that you should need to do that to your gun, whether that's a HPA pistol or whatever. BZ Tactical are the UK distributor for Action Army themselves, who make the AAP and the AAP-01 Shinobi, the shorter version, the compact version that I've got here. We're also the UK distributor for CTM TAC, who make a lot of the parts that we're going to cover today. And we also sell parts from people like Maple Leaf, we're a UK distributor for them, who make some great internal parts, and for Waldo Dynamics, who we're going to cover in this video as well. We're not exclusive on them, but they're also a great brand who make AAP accessories. So we're going to start off with some of the more essential upgrades that we would recommend fitting to your AAP-01 that'll make using the pistol a lot smoother and get more performance out of it. Then we're going to move on to some of the lesser essential upgrades, but we're not going to be covering stuff like skeleton uppers and stuff like that. That's for another video. These are all things that will help your AAP be a better pistol. So we'll start off with springs. Upgrading your nozzle and your recoil springs is a great place to start. Aftermarket springs are always going to be better quality than the proprietary springs that come in the AAP-01. Better springs mean better performance. Your springs are eventually going to wear out, so upgrading your springs from the bat is a great place to start. We've gone with the Waldo Dynamics Ion springs. This is a great brand, but other brands are available. CTM TAC makes some great springs. Cow makes some great springs. plenty of other brands out there. Let us know what brands you use on your AP in the comments, shout them out, because we're not just gonna stick to the ones that we've covered in this video, but yeah, get yourself a new recoil, a new nozzle spring. Those will help you out a great deal. Now, another very basic but effective upgrade that you can make to your AAP01 or any airsoft gun for that matter is by giving it a new hop rubber. We swear by Maple Leaf hop rubbers. These are absolutely fantastic. Some of the best on the market. You'd be amazed at how much this little piece of rubber, what level of difference this can make to an airsoft gun. The hop in an AAP01, the standard hop rubber, is actually not bad at all, but just improving it that little bit is going to get you a better performance. It's going to lift those BBs just a bit better. It's going to get more consistent and powerful shots. If you haven't upgraded your hop rubber in your airsoft gun, no matter what it be, we would recommend doing it. This can make all the difference to your gun. Now, as we showed earlier, the AAP01 actually comes in two different variants, the standard and the compact version, the Shinobi. The compact version, out of the box, is a better pistol, really. It's got a few advantages over the AAP01. It's got the fire selector on the bolt at the back, semi and full auto. We're going to look at the fire selector for the AP later on with one of the upgrades that we're going to talk about. But out of the box, I think this is just a better pistol. If you're only going to use it purely as a pistol, you're not going to be transforming it anyway, probably recommend going for the Shinobi. But one of the things that the Shinobi doesn't have, which the AAP01 does have, is the thread adapter at the front. So out of the box, a standard AAP01 is able to attach a silencer or a tracer unit to the end of it, as demonstrated here by this PTS dead air silencer. Now, you don't have to go for something as extreme as this, but you might want to fit, this is an optional upgrade. If you're playing at CQB or you're playing at night games, you might want to fit an Airsoft tracer unit, some of the best tracer units on the market. Now, with a standard AP, you can fit that right on the end, no problem. If you're running a Shinobi, then you're going to have that problem because it doesn't have the threaded barrel at the end, but not to worry, because this is an essential upgrade if you are running a Shinobi pistol. It's the AAP01C silencer adapter from Action Army. These are, I think, about £12 or something from BZ Tactical. If you want to run a tracer unit or a suppressor on your Action Army AAP01C Shinobi, then you will need one of these. And actually, we might get some more footage of this later on, because when it comes to putting tracer units and silencers on pistols, I think the Shinobi is one of the best looking pistols at the moment for that. The first time when these first came out and we first put a Bifrost tracer unit on this thing, couldn't believe how nicely it looked on that. Yeah, if you're looking for a great value pistol that you're just going to run as a sidearm, as a secondary, then really consider the AAP01C Shinobi. It's a great option and it's such a great price at less than £100. Moving on, another essential accessory for any airsoft pistol is, of course, a holster. Now, there was a time in the UK where getting a decent AAP holster for a good price was actually pretty difficult, but then CTM Tac came along to the rescue and released their line of AAP holsters. There are a few different variants that are available in black or dark earth, and they're less than £30 each. This is just the standard AAP black holster, but they have a few different variants, as I said. These will fit the standard AAP, they'll also fit the AAP01C Shinobi, they'll fit Glock pistols, and they have the GA holster, which will actually fit the WE Galaxy as well. CTM Tac holsters, really great value for money. I think they're one of, if not the cheapest AAP holster on the market, but other brands are available. CTM Tac in general, we started selling them in July. We became the sole UK distributor, and we've been nothing but impressed with them so far. In the last 4 months that we've been selling them, it's been really hard to keep CTM Tac parts on our shelves because they are so popular, such great value for money, some of the cheaper AAP CNC aluminium parts on the market. We're going to cover some more in this video, but other parts are available. Yeah, CTM Tac, absolutely fantastic brand, especially if you own an AP, or they make parts for TM High Capper as well. By the time this video comes out, we would have just got a huge shipment of CTM Tac back in, and we will be making some more of the super shiny AAP01 builds filled with rainbow parts and all sorts, and the nylon frames that sold so quickly. They're back in stock now. So expect to see some more custom builds on the BZ Tactical YouTube and social media pages. Now, we probably should have started this video with this part because it's one of the most common upgrades that we see in AAPs or ones, and that's upgrading the hammer inside of the pistol. If we just take the top off here with this very handy button at the back, I love that feature on the AAP-01. You'll see the hammer right there, this little piece of metal right there. This is a part that over time will wear down and you will need to replace. But if you upgrade it from the start and replace it with something like the CTM Tac hammer set that we've got here available at BZ, you'll get a better performance out of your gun. It just means more longevity for your AAP. You won't have to replace parts when they inevitably wear out or break. This will just mean that you're set for a long, long time with a CTM Tac hammer set. You can just buy the hammer on its own, but the CTM Tac hammer set comes with various other parts like a trigger pin, etc. That is a common upgrade that people like to do with their AAPs. The trigger pin is something that tends to break more easier compared to other parts on the AAP. So if you get yourself a hammer set, you know that you're not only is your AAP going to last longer, it's also going to perform better. So definitely get yourself a new CNC hammer or upgrade fully to a hammer set, depending on what you want to spend on it. Again, we've gone with the CTM Tac hammer set, but other brands like Cow are out there, so just pick whichever brand is right for you. Now, it's kind of hard to point out faults with the AAP-01, given how cheap this thing is. You can get this for well under £100 from some airsoft shops, so it's hard to be too harsh on it. But if you're going to point out some flaws of it, one of the common things that people don't quite like about the AAP-01 is the trigger. I'll take the mag out just to prove this to you. It's got a bit of a pull to it. You really have to pull back to use it. It's fine, it works fine as a secondary, but if you want a bit of a smoother experience using the AAP-01, then upgrading the trigger is a great place to start. CTM Tac do these athletics triggers, CNC triggers. They're only about £16 from BZ Tactical, some of the cheapest AAP triggers on the market, and like all of their AAP parts that aren't plastic or whatever, they are CNC grade aluminium. They're great quality. Action Army do their own adjustable trigger, which is fantastic as well. That's a bit more expensive. Other triggers are available out there, but for a better, smoother experience using the AAP, consider getting yourself a new trigger. Now, we did mention it earlier in the video, one of the downfalls of the standard AAP-01 is the fire selector switch is a bit fiddly to use. Unlike the AAP-01 Shinobi, which has got this lovely, easy to use select switch on the bolt at the back, you can just go from semi to full auto with just a little flick of the switch. Hello there, speaking from the future here. We did show you this in the video that you have been watching when we originally recorded it, but the focus wasn't very great when we were showing off the fire selector switch on the original AAP-01, so we just wanted to film it again so you got a good, clear look at this thing. It is quite fiddly to do. To change the fire selector, all you have to do is pull out the bolt at the back there, and you'll see inside there is there is a switch to go from semi to full auto, and it's actually like really stiff. You have to give it a proper good push on it to actually get it from semi to full auto. It's one of the most fiddliest selector switches on a pistol, which is why a lot of people go for a new bolt. And I did actually once get my skin caught in the fire selector switch on an AAP. You can go see that and see me in pain in our original AAP-01 review video. Back to past Lewis. Not ideal when you're out and about playing. If you want to change from semi to full auto in the middle of play, you're going to have to rip the top of your gun off. It's not ideal. So if you want to make that easy for yourself, if you're someone who likes to go from semi to full quite often, or if you're just looking for a better performing AAP-01, then we recommend getting yourself a new bolt at the back here. We're talking about this part here. New bolts are available from all sorts of brands. You can get cheaper ones than this, but we're going to go with the CTM Tac Advanced Bolt Lite. These start from just £65. These are CNC aluminium, like all of their parts of these. Absolutely fantastic quality, and they actually come with a upgraded bolt spring included as well. One of the parts that we showed right at the start of the video from Waldo Dynamics. This comes with that included, so you don't need to actually buy an upgraded spring. But these, because they're lighter than the standard bolt that comes in the AAP-01, because they're lighter, they'll move faster, which means better performance. And they're also CNC aluminium, so they're a lot more durable compared to the standard bolt. And look at that, right at the back, you've got the fire selector switch, which makes it a lot easier to go from semi to full auto. If you're really upgrading all the internals, especially if you're running HPA, we'll get on to that in a minute. If you're running HPA on this thing, you might want to change from semi to full. This will just make that a whole lot easier, nice and easy. And they just look cool. They come in some really nice colours. Again, we're not going to go into doing a full colour build, like swapping out the upper and magwells and stuff like that. In this video, we'll save that for another video. But if you want a little touch of colour and you just want to make it easier to use and better performing as well, then get yourself a new bolt. It's one of the more pricey upgrades that we're going to cover. I think it's, barring one, it's the most pricey upgrade that we're going to cover in this video. But it does make a difference. It just makes it a lot easier to use, a lot better performing, and it just looks cool. You can get these in all black as well though, if you don't want the nice shiny rainbow. Speaking of AAP performance upgrades, another way you can get the most out of your Action Army pistol is by installing a short stroke kit. We've gone with the Waldo Dynamics Xeno short stroke kit, one of the better ones on the market, but other brands are available. What it does basically is it sits in your bolt and it stops it going as far back as it normally would. That means it can go in and out a lot faster. That means you're going to get a higher rate of fire. These come with like several of the little parts included. You can put in up to 3 if you want. Just trial and error basically. 1 might actually be enough for you. 2 at a push. I doubt you're going to need all 3, but they do come in 3 different colours in the Waldo Dynamics Xeno short stroke kit. But just trial and error with it. By putting this, it's a very cheap, very easy upgrade to install, but it just gets that little bit extra out of the bolt in your AAP01. This one does apply to all pistols, but a very essential upgrade that you're going to need is extra magazines. We recommend having a spare magazine for any airsoft gun that you are running. It just makes life a lot easier when you're out playing. You don't have to reload every single time that you run out of BBs in your mag. Having a few extra magazines is preferable, but having at least one spare is great. But we do recommend, if you're looking to get the most out of your AAP01, to maybe upgrade from the standard magazine that comes in the Shinobi. The AAP01 is great because it takes all sorts of Glock magazines. There are some great Glock magazines out there. Action Army actually do make a really good extended magazine, the lightweight 50 round magazine. We've got it installed here on the this build that we have in the shop. But if 50 rounds of pop still isn't good enough for you, then you can of course upgrade to a Glock drum mag. This is an AW custom drum mag. This will fit in an Action Army AAP01, no problem at all. Action Army do actually make their own drum mag specifically for the AAP01. It is cheaper than most Glock drum mags you can get, and it will obviously be the most compatible with the AAP, but sadly we're out of stock of that at the moment. So here is the AW custom Glock drum mag. These are some of the best drum mags on the market. These are fantastic. They're really chunky and durable actually, but they'll feed lovely. Bit more expensive than the Action Army AAP drum mags, but if you're looking for great quality and something that just looks absolutely gorgeous, then you could do a lot worse than the AW custom drum mag. Again, not essential whatsoever, but if you're just looking to run as many BBs through this thing as possible without having the need to swap out or reload, then getting yourself a drum mag, or at least an extended magazine, is a great place to start. And finally, we're going to cover some of the essential HPA upgrades. That is one of the most common things that people like to do with AAPs. They want to convert them to HPA to get better performance out of their higher rate of fire. Basically, if you don't know, it means that the gun is attached to a high pressure air tank. That is the power source for the gun, so it can shoot a lot better and a lot more consistent, a lot more powerful. But you are going to have to do a few things to your AAP if you want to shoot with HPA. First of all, if you're running HPA, you're really going to want to upgrade the internals of the AAP. The ones that we covered in this video, you're going to need a new hammer set, you're going to need a new hop rubber, you're going to need some new springs, because HPA is going to put more strain on the internals of the AAP. So make sure you've got them upgraded from the bat. It's going to make sure you've got a consistent rate of fire, and you're not going to put too much strain on the pistol and break the thing. You could also fit a new bolt or a short stroke kit or some other internal upgrades that we haven't mentioned here. Those are all going to help when it comes to a HPA setup, but at the very least you're going to want to install the essentials, the harness set, the hop rubber springs, etc. Once you've done that, of course, you are going to need HPA Mag Adapter. Now, these come in two different variants. You can get one like this CTM TAC HPA Mag Adapter. This basically comes like this, and then you take a magazine and you attach it to the magazine. It takes a little bit of work to get it done, but there are full videos on how to do this on the CTM TAC YouTube channel. It's not too complicated. This obviously takes a little bit of work, but this is the cheaper option. This is one of, if not the cheapest HPA M4 mag adapter for AAP01s. These are priced at just £55 currently at BZ Tactical. Compare that with some of the other HPA mag adapters that we have. The Dominator HPA mag adapter, for example, is £150 plus. So this is a lot cheaper. It depends which way you want to do it. If you just want to buy it as a HPA mag adapter that has, they come with the pistol mag at the top already attached to the HPA adapter, which means you don't have to put it together yourself. You just out of the box, it's ready to use. There you go. You can buy that, but if you're looking for a cheaper option, then we do recommend the CTM TAC HPA M4 mag adapter. This basically allows you to go from using a Glock pistol mag or AAP pistol mag, which is restricted to about 25 rounds, 50 rounds if you're using extended, or if you're going for a drum mag. This lets you use an M4 style magazine. You can be rocking up to 250 rounds with something like an AAP-01. Were very, very popular choices, either the AAP-01 from PTS or the AAP-01 stubby version, which we also sell here at BZ Tactical. And then obviously you connect your remote line, which connects to the tank here, and then the HPA comes through and pushes those BBs out, and it's very, very satisfying to use. So you get yourself a HPA mag adapter, but not only that, we do recommend getting yourself a different magazine. We don't recommend using the standard AAP mag that comes with your pistol with the HPA mag adapter. It's not going to get the performance out of it that you would like on HPA, sadly. The best feeding magazine that we found, if you're going to go for this style of HPA mag adapter where you need to attach the pistol mag yourself onto the mag adapter, is the Tokyo Marui Glock 17 magazine. These feed absolutely lovely. These are the ones that we use on all of our AAP HPA builds that you might have seen videos of us shooting on YouTube and TikTok, etc. Yeah, so get yourself a Glock 17 Tokyo Marui magazine if you are planning on running a HPA M4 mag adapter in your AAP01. Now, if you are running HPA, another optional upgrade that you can do is swapping out the stock hop unit on the AAP. We did mention it earlier, this actually has a pretty good hop unit, especially for the price. It will handle HPA, but as with anything, if you upgrade it, then the performance is going to improve on the AAP. So you can swap out the hop unit. Action Army do make their own upgraded hop unit that you can get from BZ Tactical, but one of the more popular hop units on the market right now is something that we don't actually sell currently here at BZ, but it's the Hadron Airsoft low-key hop unit. People are absolutely swearing by this thing. It's only been around like a year or two, but if you want to upgrade your hop unit, that seems to be the best option on the market right now. Sadly, we don't have them here at BZ. I think they're sold out with their supplier at the moment, but hopefully by the time you're watching this video, they will be in stock. Go have a look. They're great bits of kit, apparently. We'd love to try one out here at BZ, but fortunately we don't sell them. Maybe in the future. Hadron, if you're listening, send us one. We'll try it out. We'll do a little review on the BZ Tactical YouTube channel. Another common thing that people like to do with their pistols in general is attach a flashlight or a laser module to it. Now, with the standard AAP, you'll see that there are no rails on the AAP to attach anything like that onto it. Again, with the Shinobi, you can attach optics to the top of the thing. As I said, if you're just buying this as to run as a secondary, you're not doing any crazy upgrades to it, Shinobi might be a better option. It's got the rail on the top. But if you're stuck with the standard AAP or one of that, that's your preference, then you can buy rail kits for it. CTM TAC do a rail kit for it. I believe Action Army themselves do a rail kit for it, but we're fully out of stock on those. But basically, attach the rails directly onto the stock upper of the AAP, and then you can attach yourself a flashlight on it, like this Rebel Precision flashlight and laser module. With this, we've just used the Black Mamba CNC upper to demonstrate this, but you don't need to get yourself one of these because these are over £100, but they do look absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, get yourself a rail. If you're looking to run an optic on your AAP01, get yourself a rail kit from CTM Tac, from Action Army, or from another brand. So that's about it for this video. We haven't even scratched the surface when it comes to the AAP01. We might have to do another video about the less essential accessories that you can get for the AAP01. But if you're looking for a starting point, these are some great places to start. There are some internal upgrades you can do to the AAP01. But if you don't want to do anything to it, then that's totally fine as well. Out of the box, this will work as a reliable, great value airsoft pistol, one of the best values airsoft pistols on the market, and that's not even when taking into account the amount of customizable options you can do with the AAP01. But did we miss any AAP upgrades that you think is essential for all Action Army pistol owners? Please do let us know in the comments. We also want to know what upgrades you're running on your AAP, whether it be essential or non-essential. Bit of a different style video for us here, guys. If you liked it, please do let us know. We always want to know as well what you want to see from us in the future. Do you want to see more AAP videos or any products you'd like to see us review? If you've got any questions or if you've got any suggestions, please just let us know. Let us know in a comment, or you can drop us a message or an email. And as always, remember to like this video and subscribe to BZ Tactical on YouTube.